Good morning. I'm Brian, and this is
Tyler.
And welcome you to Mornings with Brian and Tyler. Today we're in Matthew 26. This is our third take because of battery issues. And the last two have had some hysterical points in them. So at this point, we have no more humor left in us on these verses.
Nope.
So if you will, Tyler, read Matthew 26, 36 through 46.
Then Jesus came with them into a place called Gethsemane and said to the disciples, "Sit here while I go and pray over there." And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and he began to be sorrowful and deeply distressed. Then he said to them, "My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch with me." He went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." Then he came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "What, could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Again, a second time he went away and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done." And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away again, and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then he came to his disciples and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand."
All right, so the word watch could also be translated what?
To stay awake or to be paying attention.
Yeah, stay awake, keep awake, pay attention. He tells them this multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
How many hours total did Jesus spend in prayer?
At least 3.
At least 3. And we know this because he asked them, he said, couldn't you watch or stay awake 1 hour? Then it says he came back a second time. Then on the third time it says that he went and prayed for the third time, saying the same words. So Jesus spent 3 hours in prayer. He wanted them to stay awake for 1 hour. Now, what did he say was the reason why they needed to be able to stay awake, Tyler?
So that way they would not enter into temptation.
All right. And staying awake and spending time in prayer and in the Word is crucial for that. But the next part of that, not entering into temptation, is there's a battle between spirit and flesh. And the flesh, and you can't be upset at the disciples here, right? If you've been going for 12 or 18 or 20 hours, just slap out, and you sat down for a couple hours, what would most people do?
They'd probably pass out and take a nap.
Yeah, take a nap. And you say, well, that's just natural. That's the problem. When you let your flesh determine your actions, it's easier for temptation to control you. And that's his point. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You only grow in spiritual virtue to the degree that you are willing to discipline your flesh. And so as we are entering this 40 days, moving towards Easter, as we're in the cycle of Lent, I want to say to you, what do you need to give up? Is it donuts? Is it Dr. Pepper's? I can't really imagine it being Dr. Pepper for anybody. What do you need to give up? Would 1 cheeseburger be enough instead of 3? Well, then cut back to 0 for Monday through Friday. Okay? Cut back. Make your body do what you tell it, not the other way around. Some other thoughts on this, brother?
No, sir.
All right. With that, I'm Brian. This is
Tyler.
And we bid you good day.